It's no secret that China is booming, and tourists are flocking to its iconic cities, at least the ones they know about. Beijing's got the Great Wall, Shanghai's got its skyscrapers, and I have lived and traveled in both. But I've also spent considerable time in the much older and culturally rich city of Xi'an. And I've got a secret you should know. Xi'an is China's biggest and best kept secret for tourists. Don't believe me? Stay tuned, because here are 10 definitive reasons Xi'an should be your next travel destination in China over Shanghai and Beijing. Reason number 1, Xi'an's ancient Tang Dynasty vibe. Xi'an isn't just old, it's the soul of ancient China. As the capital for over 1,000 years in the center of 13 dynasties, it was also the world's biggest city during the Tang Dynasty, China's golden age of culture. Beijing is a relatively recent capital, and while it does have some significant historical sites, it's more like Shanghai in that its modern skylines dominate the cultural air. In Xi'an, you can walk or bike around the entire city on the best preserved and oldest city wall in China. Marvel at the world-famous terracotta warriors, which you can tour with me in the video above, and walk down ancient corridors under Tang Dynasty poem lamps strung above you. Xi'an doesn't just show you history, but lets you experience it firsthand. Reason number 2, a perfect mix of old and new. Inside the ancient city walls, it's straight up Tang Dynasty vibes, with traditional architecture, morning markets unchanged for centuries, small shops selling freshly ground lajiao peppers, egg-only shops, or just your local handyman with his tool set up on a sidewalk. Step outside the walls, and you've got everything that Beijing and Shanghai have. Modern malls, Western-style restaurants, breweries, Starbucks, and one of China's newest subway systems. Shanghai is almost entirely urban and new, and Beijing is extremely massive and modernized. Xi'an blends both worlds seamlessly, offering ancient small-town charm with all of the modern comforts that you need. But you definitely won't have to walk far before you find a ditan, or street food market, or people gathering on sidewalks for drinks, cards, and community. Reason number 3, Xi'an is crazy affordable and is ridiculously cheap compared to Shanghai and Beijing, both of which are international tier 1 cities in China and the 2 most expensive cities in China. We're talking roughly 40% cheaper, and sometimes more, for all aspects of life: transportation, hotels, attractions, and food. Hotels can roughly start around $20 for basic Chinese hotels and can go up to $50 or more for international hotels. Direct flights from the US are available, but not terribly abundant. I usually fly directly into Shanghai, and although you can take a 3-hour direct flight to Xi'an, I much prefer the relaxing and immersive bullet trains. Just a fantastic way to enjoy and see the interior of China. You can see how that's done and what the experience is like in the video I shot above. Simply put, Xi'an affords you longer stay, better play, and more time to enjoy the crazy amounts of magical culinary delights that can be found here. Reason number 4, Xi'an is a foodie's paradise from the ancient Silk Road. And don't get me wrong, Shanghai's seafood and Beijing's Peking duck are wonderful and definitely worth eating, but Xi'an's cuisine is simply unbeatable thanks to its Silk Road roots, wherein travelers from far away, over hundreds of years, brought their influence and food into this region, making Xi'an the carbohydrate capital of China. The always busy Muslim quarter has multiple roads full of food stalls that instantly bring you to faraway lands and times, serving the secret sauce that Xi'an people love. Think biang biang noodles, rojia mo, and the hearty pao mo, lamb or beef stew filled with breaded dumplings. Join me on my food tour above to check out some of these delicacies for yourself. Xi'an people are rightfully proud of their diverse cuisine. Its unique culinary diversity is well matched with its surrounding geography, which is its own history lesson in beauty, diversity, and culture. Number 5, the stunning geography surrounding Xi'an. And Xi'an is surrounded by epic natural features. 1 hour away is Mount Hua, one of China's 5 sacred mountains, where you can experience the pilgrimage of walking up the mountain the way people have done for thousands of years. Or you can visit the Qingling Mountains to the south, exploring thousands of ancient water towns connected by small rivers and waterways, likely being the first foreigner they've seen in years, if ever at all. I've enjoyed home-cooked meals in houses built into the sides of mountains, and really enjoyed drinking freshly distilled baijiu on a mountaintop farming village. Shanghai's on a flat, humid river delta, and Beijing's on a northern plain adjacent to a desert, neither of which can compete in geographic diversity. And in those cities, even after a long drive, it's hard to find any isolated, small communities that enjoy their own languages, cuisines, or cultures. And number 6, Xi'an is just less crowded. Everyone knows about the Forbidden City and the Great Wall in Beijing, and these places are packed 24/7, and don't even think of going to them on a national holiday. Sadly, Shanghai isn't really worth mentioning, as it was just little more than a fishing village prior to 1842. Xi'an, conversely, is an entire ancient city, so full of attractions that they're almost commonplace. The biggest attraction, the Terracotta Warriors, is definitely busy, but so very worth it, and you can join me vicariously in the tour I took above. Other city center attractions like the Wild Goose Pagoda and Drum Tower are breathtaking and beautiful and totally walkable and enjoyable. My favorite is the Xi'an City Wall, which to me simply blows the Great Wall away. It surrounds the entire city, and you can bike the entire 14-kilometer wall within an hour or two. I'm currently making a video on it now, so if you like this type of content, you're going to want to hit subscribe to stay up to date on future videos. In short, Xi'an is a 6,000-year-old thriving city that feels more like a gate to another time and place, not just another metropolitan city. And number 7, Xi'an's warm, authentic hospitality. And I would say it's no stereotype that Beijing and Shanghai people proudly prioritize their metropolitan status. In Xi'an, almost everyone I met was surprisingly welcoming, curious, and genuinely kind. Granted, that's also due to the fact that a foreigner in Beijing or Shanghai is not really uncommon. But in Xi'an, it's relatively rare, with many people never having seen, let alone spoken, to a foreigner in the flesh. I've been given a winter coat when mine was found to be inadequate by locals, invited to drink beer in Baijiu by countless strangers I've passed by on the street, and have been welcomed into homes of people I barely knew. This is something Xi'an people uniquely pride themselves on, being hospitable and kind, especially to foreigners. They have a saying, 山美,水美,人更美, which means mountains beautiful, water's beautiful, but the people are more beautiful. And I wholeheartedly agree, and it makes the entire visit feel like you're really immersing yourself in a welcoming foreign culture, not just going to visit a place where foreigners visit as outsiders. Number 8, Xi'an is eminently walkable and bikeable. The layout and size of Xi'an gives you the opportunity to really know the city as a whole, either by foot, bike, or subway. And the subway is useful, of course, but I often found myself simply renting a bike and getting wherever I needed to go in 30 to 40 minutes, allowing me to explore the city from above ground, whether day or night. In Shanghai or Beijing, dense traffic, huge population, urban sprawl, and vast districts make it tough to bike through the city. But in Xi'an, you can bike through the entire Seoul in only a few hours when it's not rush hour. My favorite moments often involve diving down random alleyways to see normal life, starting up conversations with locals negotiating over homebrewed liquor, and eating what the locals eat in neighborhoods that have been around long before many countries have existed. Number 9, the vibrant nightlife of Xi'an. And the nightlife of Xi'an is simply unbelievable. And it's not that Xi'an people don't work, but it feels like the priorities are different here. And it's this emphasis on life being about the enjoyment of the small things, people, and food that really sets Xi'an apart from the rest. Beijing has Sanlitun for partying, and Shanghai its rooftop bars on the Bund. But Xi'an also has that kind of vibe in its infamous Doufuxiang, an experience all its own, especially in Halloween. Beijing and Shanghai's streets are pretty desolate after dark, but Xi'an people are really the opposite and pride themselves on enjoying being outside at night, regardless of the season or the weather, with night markets buzzing with an energy unlike any other. The infamous no-night city is never empty, and crowds move through, chatting, eating, and live streaming, while wearing Tang Dynasty outfits, providing a late-night communal experience I found nowhere else. Number 10, Xi'an is a rising star for tourists. While Beijing is the political capital and Shanghai the economic capital, Xi'an is the cultural capital of China, and this is evident on every avenue of the city, its architecture, food markets, and warmth of the people. Lucky for us tourists, Xi'an is still very cheap, easy to get to, and make no mistake, Xi'an's fame as a tourist spot has only been growing in recent years. And currently, it's not overrun with tourists the way other places are, so be sure to visit now while you still have the opportunity. Xi'an does not sell you commercialization, big brands, or bars overlooking a skyline, but true immersion, 6,000 years of history, and some wonderful microbreweries built into an ancient city wall, offering you an experience to know the real soul of China in a way few cities can. If you guys are getting some value from this video, please smash the like button below and drop a comment about what intrigues you the most about Xi'an or how you feel it compares to Shanghai or Beijing. And this top 10 video is just the beginning of my upcoming series on Xi'an, which will be covering all of these topics in greater depth, as well as many more that you won't see outside of this channel. For a deeper look at Xi'an, you're going to want to watch this two-part video here on the left, where I take you through a 2-day tour of Xi'an during winter, and this video on the right, as we explore the world-famous terracotta warriors. And if you guys enjoyed this video, please take a moment to subscribe below to join the Chinese Connection community on YouTube, and that way you won't miss any of the upcoming content coming your way. And we'll see you in the next video.